Hello and welcome to another edition of Gambler Anonymous, episode number 19, of 2016. This week, Euro 2016, Tippin, ain't easy. A Euro glut has left me with a measly 2.07% return on investment from the Euros when I was on 74.35% just a week earlier. It sounds quite bad because of the dramatic percentage drop, but it is actually a pretty good standard for a gambler. Am I snatching at opportunities? Well, that is open to interpretation, but the tips that I put out aren't terrible tips. But when you have Romanian teams given offside where none exist, Ronaldo's hitting posts from penalties, France sides hitting everything but the back of the net, England sides that just didn't find that passion to see them over the line, and Ramos is having to beat keepers off a penalty, who ends up 5 yards away from the ball when it's struck. Again, you know you are up against it. It sounds like I'm complaining, but I'm not, honest. This is just part and parcel of the game. Frustration. This is where most go off on losing streaks because they are trying to force the issue. But those who can stay strong long enough will reap the rewards. Respite arrived when Belgium's Ronaldo goal and got a screamer against a resolute Swedish side who were always prone to the counter. This was not before my 7th straight losing tip in a row, when Portugal could have both won and lost against Hungary, and I was becoming quite despondent with my results. One thing is certain, international football is almost a totally different sport, and even more so when it comes to betting. So who is left in and who is likely to win the Euros? Going with the general census is the most likely scenario, but as we know this doesn't always happen. Plus the new format has allowed some wild cards through, which has provided entertainment from a spectator viewpoint but seems to have watered down some of the group games, especially toward the lateral stages, which I mentioned in my previous video. It was inspiring to see teams going through who you wouldn't normally expect, but I feel the quality of football suffered because of this. With the knockout stages, what happens on the day in play will determine how tips go, but here are my rundown of the likely outcomes for the remainder of the tournament. I believe Poland will have the edge over a stubborn Swiss side with Milik, Blaszczykowski and Lewandowski having too much firepower up front for them. A Gareth Bale-inspired Wales should put Ireland of the northern parts on their way back to the UK, and a defenceless Portugal could come undone against a classy Croatian side. France should beat the Irish, this time without a helping hand from a certain Monsieur Henry. Germany are tournament specialists and should convince against a poor Slovak outfit. Hungary should be set aside by an ever-improving Belgian team, but they will then have to face the Germans, if my predictions are correct, where they will likely be undone. Italy and Spain should provide the tie of the final 16, and it should be really close. Spain were poor against Croatia in their final group game and showed that they are susceptible when they lose possession. Spain's defense is their attack, and their attack is based heavily on possession. Without strikers though, they are prone to counterattacks, and Italy's defense may prove too resilient for the Spaniards. I believe though that Iniesta will play a crucial role for them and could just prove to be the difference. England should beat Iceland, a nation suggesting a national holiday for qualifying to the knockout stages of the tournament. England may prove to make hard work of it again, but should go through where they will then get knocked out by Spain. Wales have a decent chance of progressing against Poland as of their prodigal son, and may go through just off pure adrenaline. The hosts may have too much for the strong Croatian side, and although Modric, Mandzukic and Rakitic will give a good account, I believe Les Blues will be too strong. Watch out for Inter's Perisic, who will likely give the French a difficult time of it. So Wales in the semi-final. Well, that's what I think Bale brings to the side. He also galvanizes those around him, but against France it should be a bridge too far. Germany have a good chance against Spain, and it could really go either way. But that man Iniesta I think may just give them the edge and unlock a resilient Deutsch team. So a France-Spain final. Not exactly original, but a likely outcome. Well, maybe. Let's see. But if France do get to the final, are you likely to go against them? I must admit, when I first created the site did have Spain as winners, but have just changed it at the last minute. I picked France from the start, and it seems a shame not to go with them now. Plus they are the home nation, which adds a lot of leverage. So there you go. Absolute stonewall predictions that will all definitely be correct. Maybe. Whoever is in the final, it should be a jittery affair and likely to be decided by mistake, or the dreaded penalties. And with Spain's poor penalty record, why not France? As ever, be sure to follow on Twitter at Anonymous for all the latest in-play tips and updates, and activate mobile alerts to receive them via your mobile to never miss a tip. Please like the Gambler Anonymous Facebook page and +1 the Gambler Anonymous Google Plus page to make sure you never miss a post and receive the latest advice. Hit the subscribe button here to help support the Gambler Anonymous YouTube channel. That lets me know that you're interested in the content so that I will keep posting. Also feel free to leave a comment and remember to hit that like button. And be sure to sign up on the Gambler Anonymous website for extra content, updates and notifications of the latest upcoming posts and tips. As always, gamble responsibly, as to not, is to lose. Thank you for watching and see you in the next episode.
Invest in the game.